Hi there, I'm Janet. Welcome to this lesson. Today we are going to do a synopsis from the short story A Man of Awesome Powers by Naguib Mahfouz. Now, this book is written by Naguib Mahfouz, an Egyptian writer. Now, A Man of Awesome Powers is an interesting short story about a man named Tayyib al-Mahdi who lived a comfortable life after his retirement from abroad. We are told that he had generous health insurance and a more than adequate pension, and he lived in an apartment that he owned in Nasr City, which he had won as a reward for many years of service abroad. Now, his current life is peaceful. We are told that the writer tells us that he spends his evenings with his wife watching television, and since there was nothing else left for him to do but to spend his evenings with his wife, we quote from the book, because his four daughters had each been married and so they have been left, the two of them. He spends his evening with his wife watching television, reading newspapers, and listening to the radio channel devoted to the Quran. In his story, Najib captures how an individual who is empowered when least expected utilizes the power given to him. One night, Tayyib dreams of a visitation by a man of radiant appearance, bathed in light and wrapped in a snow-white robe, who speaks to him in a kind tone, telling him God willed him the power to order things to be the way he wants them to be. Although he dismisses the dream like any other dream, its frequent recurrence makes him give it a more thought. Tayyib confirms its truth when he demands his television to switch to the second channel. He sets out to reform his country and the entire planet as he had often wished. To utilize his power, he starts by hitting back a taxi driver who waved his hand at him in a naughty refusal to take him to the heart of the city by making him have an accident on the road. He also causes a man who had physically attacked a woman in a bus to suffer severe stomach cramps. He performs memorable services like filling a gaping pothole, locking an electric box, and removing a pile of rubbish that he trips on. The media does not escape his wrath as he causes one radio announcer to suffer massive sneezes after making an announcement that he gave false hopes. As the story progresses, Suleiman, a political leader who had avoided paying his tax, is ordered by Tayyib to go and pay the tax that he had been avoiding for quite a long time. An unfortunate incident then occurs when Tayyib is busy planning to effectively utilize his power for the good of all sectors in the planning to effectively utilize his power for the good of all sectors in the country. He sees a beautiful woman at the entrance of the tea garden and uses his ability to satisfy his desires for her. Their intimacy costs him his awesome power. He pays his price for misusing the power that God had freely given him. The story ends with his sad realization that he had no longer had powers. He longed to practice the secret of ordering his television to change channels once again. We are told he thought he was mad. No matter how he tried, all he met was failure. The miracle was gone, just like a dream. And pleading is pointless. Distress is useless, as we quote from the book. Regret has no effect, and so from that day up to now, we are told that he experiences a tremendous sadness that will haunt him for the rest of his life. That is the synopsis of the short story A Man of Awesome Power by Naguib Mahfouz. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly remember to like, to share and to subscribe to this channel. Hoping to see you in the next lesson.